Am I the asshole for eating my GF leftover food after a long day? I returned home very hungry after a long stressful day at work. I ate some of the leftover food which my GF ordered. She was so angry that I ate it and thinks I don't care or think about her. She thinks I stole her $50 food. I spend around $1,000, $1,500 every month on taking her to restaurants and takeouts. We were just back from $6,000 South American trip paid completely by me. Am I the asshole for eating her food? Edit: she is the one who mentioned money first. I did not mention money I spent in my argument with her. Edit 2: I come from a culture where sharing food is love. She is from a different culture. Update: I told her to not bring up money and it's petty. I explained that it is triggering to me because she cares about one-off leftover $50 meal than caring about me. I also offered her that I will order lunch for next day. We both apologized and are good now. Info: this isn't about the money here, that is all irrelevant. This is about the food. Whose place is this? Did you order the food together? How old was the food? Did you think she was going to eat it? What is your relationship's leftover food policy? Has she ever eaten your leftovers without asking? Was the food special favorite meal, birthday, etc.? You're the asshole. It was her food, you knew it was hers, and you ate it without asking. Maybe she had a long, stressful day and was looking forward to it. I also think you're trying to sway people by saying you pay for expensive things for her, and I wouldn't be surprised if you do the same thing with your GF. That's a really manipulative thing to do, both to people reading your post, and to your GF. You're the asshole. My leftovers are still mine. It drives me nuts when someone thinks everything in the fridge is a free-for-all. It isn't. If I order food and eat half and save the rest, that saved food is still mine. It's what I ordered for me. I want to eat it all, it isn't my fault you don't have leftovers to eat. I brought them home. Because I still wanted to eat that. You're the asshole, and nice try with saying how much you spend on things to try and get people on your side. Info: why didn't you just ask her if you could eat them before eating them? Info: we need more context here. How old were the leftovers? Did she tell you not to eat them? Were they for work the next day? Regardless, you guys are both way too bent out of shape over some fucking leftovers. This is especially clear given how the argument spiraled. My husband eats everything, so he imposed a guideline on himself that if my leftovers have been in the fridge for 2 days then they're free game. I suck at eating leftovers, so that's generally a good mark. Even so, he still asks what I plan to do with them first if I'm awake. Otherwise, I'll get over it. It's just food. You're the asshole, you chose to spend that money on her. She was clearly looking forward to her leftovers. That's a big difference. This is the biggest rivalry issue I've had with my partner. When he eats my food, I go absolutely fucking feral. He now knows not to touch my leftovers. Because I literally go apeshit. Yes, you're the asshole. Get your own food, or simply ask first. You're the asshole. Why does any of that mean you get to eat her food? I mean, it's kinda weird that she went straight to you don't care about me, and if she does that a lot it might be esh, but seriously, don't eat people's food without permission. Some of y'all are 100 weird and selfish. If your partner comes home tired, stressed, and hungry and is 1. Not a deadbeat and 2. Regularly spends thousands on you, then getting mad that they ate some leftovers is childish and petty. If my husband woke me to ask if he could have my leftovers, the answer would be of course. Don't wake me again with foolish questions. We share food because it's food. They aren't roommates stealing food from one another. This couple isn't food insecure. She is literally spoiled by this guy. This is why his thread, and Reddit in general, is so idiotic and detached from reality. This is the most nothing burger of a post and people are literally crucifying OP for eating some frigging leftovers. Big frigging deal. You're the asshole for wasting our time with this inane BS. And everyone responding saying you're the spawn of Satan for eating it our ass too. Info: how do you split your finances? If you keep finances separate then you're the asshole. You buying GR gifts, food is your choice. A gift isn't a gift if there are string attached, like you being able to take whatever you want from her just because you take her out sometimes. And remember, only half the money you listed is on her. The rest was for your own food. I doubt she is the only one eating at these restaurants. She bought herself something and you took it without asking. Hopefully she treats you well in other areas, but you didn't say. Ask first next time. I see so many of these kinds of posts. Do people have little to no tolerance towards the people they purport to love? I mean, I get that she was looking forward to it, etc., but man, you're a couple, so have some compassion towards each other. Her shouting at you because you ate her food and you pointing out how much you pay for her, tells you everything you need to know about where both of your focus is. You are both assholes. No judgment, but do people really get this pressed about things like a partner taking some food? I mean, goddamn. No one is entitled to other people's things no matter the context. If it's not yours and you take it without permission, you're in the wrong. You could have bought the food for her for all I care with your money, but at the end of the day it's now hers and up to her what happens with it. A simple text saying "can I eat this food" is all that was necessary, and maybe she would have said yes. And if she said no, order your own food and move on. Casting up shit shows how much of an asshole you are, and a dirty one at that. Taking her leftovers, that's just a dick move. Need info. Does she also spend money on you? Does she work and make less than you? I really think this all would have been avoided if you guys planned dinner together, or maybe if you asked. IMO, you're being purposely vague and it makes you sound like an AH. Why isn't there more food in the house? Edit, just read your comments. You're an AH, sorry. You do not get to demand someone make a sacrifice for you. I'm glad you guys are all good now, but relationships are about respect, not food or money. You should have asked. That's it. Ask first. Not hard. You should have just asked her first if it was okay. Yeah, WTF, don't eat other PPLS shit without asking. What culture doesn't share food? Your cultural differences statement has me puzzled. I can't think of a culture that doesn't share food. I also can't think of a culture that is okay with thievery. I think you are trying to mask your thieving with "but my culture shares food." Every culture shares food and every culture condemns thieving. Explain your cultural differences. Comment. What special, unique culture do you come from that shares food, implying that there is another that doesn't? Make it make sense. Info: did you apologize? Did you explain that you had a hard day at work? Did you say this in her face? I spend around $1,000, $1,500 every month on taking her to restaurants and takeouts. We were just back from $6,000 South American trip paid completely by me. Not the asshole. I'm stunned by all the "you're the asshole" responses you're getting. She should be a little bit more generous and open-minded under the circumstances. Frankly, I think you need a different GF. Stop paying for shit if she loses it over her $50 leftovers. Stop paying for dinners. Stop paying for holidays. She can pay her way, keep the $50 leftovers. With the money you save, you can order takeout all day, every day. And don't share a morsel. Because it's yours. If she touches it, blow up at her. A mate of mine got with a girl once after a day drinking session and they went back to her place. It wasn't late and they ordered Chinese. He left a couple of ribs and half his Singapore fried rice to eat in the morning. She threw it all away thinking it was rubbish and he was livid. He didn't kick off, just made his excuses and left and never saw her again. I knew the girl and used to bring it up. You don't throw a man's spare ribs away, Ness. That's why you'll never see him again. And she was gutted because she really liked him. So you're the asshole. Why can't people just ask each other? Just ask her, yo, can I have this grub, baby? Look at this avoidable shit show. You're the asshole, man. Just speak to each other, man. Info: how often do you bring up how much you spend on her, in order to get your way? TBH, I literally hate when I have leftovers saved and I get home ready to eat them and someone else ate them. And not the manipulation of it's part of my culture. Skullbrew, you ate her leftovers. She wanted. I wouldn't say you're an asshole, but def a dick move.